What's up, folks? Hope you're holding well within these market conditions. And speaking of the market, it's actually at a pretty good spot right now. Now, as long as we don't get unexpected events, I think we're going to be hovering around that spot in Bitcoin 21, 23K. And this is mainly because, like I said in previous video, the market has factored in everything that's happening. So the Fed hiked rates yesterday, 75 basis points, so 0.75 percentage, and the market already has that into its factors, meaning it didn't affect it. It actually affected it positively because they expected everything that's happening. And as long as this keeps going, then this is the narrative for the market up until we get a very bullish event that will propel us or a bearish event that will drag us down. But this is not what we're talking about. We're going to be talking about today. We're going back to drip, and this is actually something that we've been waiting for. We have a new announcement from Forex. He's been in hiatus for some time now. He's been building, and it will all revolve around what's coming next. Other than the Animal Farm relaunch, we're gonna have Scratchy, which is the product that's been hyped up for a few weeks now, and we actually have something to go about, and that announcement alone made us rally a bit. So this is what we're going to be discussing today, what we know so far and what we can expect into the near future. Alright, so before we get into what Scratchy will be about and the announcement that Forex made, you could clearly see the impact of just his words on the price action of drip first and foremost. So in the DEX's liquidity, we jumped about 53% from a low of about $4.5 48 hours ago or so, and now we're at $7.12. And that's a pretty steep jump for just an announcement, right? Just announcing something that is coming up later. You could clearly see how the market reacted. You could clearly see that people actually saw and started to speculate that this is something that could actually be very beneficial for us. And not only the DEX's price, if you go to PancakeSwap, you look at the weekly, so it all started here since the announcement, and then we rallied up a bit. That's about 40 to 45% increase. And everything in the drip actually ecosystem reacted as such. Now, just to continue on the metrics, look at the deposits that have jumped after the announcements. Now they're coming down slowly, but they're still above the selling curve, right? Even the players, the number of player count also jumped. So it all ties back together. And if we go, for example, to the garden, because like I mentioned in my previous video about the garden, I said that it all comes down to what's gonna happen with drip. So if drip gets something bullish, the garden will react, the animal farm will react, etc. So you could clearly see the contract balance jumping up a bit as well. So it's still hovering within that range we discussed last time, which is still pretty decent. Also, the PIX token price rallied up a bit. So again, it's all tied up together. You cannot separate something from the drip ecosystem. You have to always tie it back to the price of drip, because whatever Forex and the team will be releasing is going to affect everything. And that includes the Animal Farm relaunch, which we still don't have an exact date about that, but I assume it's going to be within a month or two. So let's see what's going to be happening next. And the stability of the price of drip, even though it was dropping with no announcements, and it's always the case. Whenever there's silence, whenever there's doubt, the price drops slowly, but whenever there's something that is concrete, the price jumps again. And you could argue that yes, the Faucet has a lot of obligations, so there's a lot of drip to be paid, and that could offset any potential upward price action. That's true. However, with Scratchy, with the Animal Farm relaunch, and with the potential Faucet layer 2 that they're going to be implementing, and I'm sure they will always find ways to circumvent the obligations. I actually posted a video about a potential garden layer 2. Now, unfortunately, it didn't get the appeal that I was expecting, but I'm going to also post the link in the description below, and we'll also have it pinned at the end of this video. So if you guys want to check that out, be my guest, because there could always be something that could burn some tokens, maybe also bring those tokens back to be locked somewhere else. So I'm sure the team will always find a way to attack these issues. So I think there are a few good things to look forward to when it comes to the drip ecosystem. Now, it's always being monitored, even though, like I said, several factors came into place and dragged us down, but I'm sure, and if not sure, I'm certain to a very high extent that we could circumvent this and come back stronger than we were before. And with all that being said and done, let's attack the elephant of the room, and then let's see how Scratchy could benefit us drip holders and potentially give us more revenues into the future. Alright, so in order to participate, you'd need at least 0.1 BNB into your wallet, because that's the currency you need to purchase Scratch lottery tickets. Now it can go up to 0.3 depending on the nature of the ticket and so on. So all the BNB pulled in during a certain batch, so during a certain period of time, will go into a separate treasury. Now this treasury, like I said, is gonna be limited to a certain batch, and that will change as batches go on. And the content of this treasury will be split as follows. So first things first, 50% of it will go to prize winners. 15% will go to cover platform costs, especially if you're hiring a third-party Oracle service such as Chainlink or other stuff, maybe marketing and so on. 15% will go to the hosting partner, so the platform hosting the Scratchy. And then 10% will go to a separate treasury that will be added to the next batch. As we mentioned, there will be more batches. And 10% will go to a separate staking contract, which will involve a revenue sharing model. Now, in order to be part of the staking contract, you need to purchase actually an NFT. And because this NFT will allow you to get revenues from the staking contract. And this NFT will have some characteristics. It will have a specific multiplier and a maximum reward to avoid continuous dumpage. The more you pay for the NFT, the higher the multiplier will be, meaning the more revenue you'll be getting. However, I'm not sure what is the currency to purchase the NFT. It could be the hosting partner currency or BNB or BUSD, we'll see. There will also be a decay over time to incentivize people to mint more NFTs and to keep this demand increasing. So this is what we know so far of how this whole thing will operate, and this is a visual representation of how a Scratchy lottery ticket will be looking like. Dogs is taken as an example because both Animal Farm and Drip will be hosting Scratchy. Now I assume this will also come out whenever the Drip new UI will come out, so it will be there as well. It won't be there right now in drip.community. And as we mentioned in our breakdown, 15% is gonna go to the hosting platform to pay for the services. That's one. And I assume other than paying for, let's say, Chainlink services and other stuff, and also paying the developer team, I'm pretty sure that also a small percentage will be allocated to buying back Drip and putting it into the Faucet, or burning it completely, or do a combination of both, because we are in desperate need of a burning mechanism to offset the inflation of the Drip minting token mechanism. Also, there's another 15% that will go to the hosting platform, and I am 100% sure that this will all go into buying back Drip, potentially burning and depositing into the Faucet. So this is the first takeaway here, is that Scratchy will immediately benefit us as Drip holders because it's going to affect the price of Drip evidently. And also, other than that, the second aspect that is usually overlooked is the exposure of new people to the Drip network, because more often than not, people see a certain product that they're attracted at, and then from that onwards they go and look further into the ecosystem, and they could find the Faucet after attacking Scratchy itself. So that's, I think, more important in my opinion than buying back the token and burning it and so on. So we're gonna get more eyes on us, and that will drag us even higher than we would have expected otherwise. And this is the branding opportunity because of Scratchy, because it's gonna be a label service, a white label service. It can be used by everyone. It's gonna start with Drip and the Animal Farm, and then when you lend it out, and then when you start selling it out to other platforms, this will all come back to us as well, because there will be a percentage of the sale of those tickets that will go back to us. I mean, you're lending a service, right? So you're gonna get paid in return. There will also be a referral reward if you're the one who basically exposed Scratchy to another platform. you're going to be earning some of its revenues as well. So again, all of these things, like if you really do look deep, like without having a very generic overview, if you look a bit deeper and you look through a magnifying glass, you'll see that all of this will tie back to drip as it should be, because that's what is the intention here. And smart investors looked at this, saw the potential, started speculating, and hence the price increased. Alright, so that's it from me today. Thanks for listening to whatever I had to say and sticking around. Now, with all that being said and done, I think I have a few thoughts and opinion about this. Now, yes, we saw a spike due to the announcement. However, again, it's speculation because nothing is in place yet. So I would say just be mindful that it's again crypto and DeFi, so it's all risk at the end of the day. If you really believe that this is something that could bring us more exposure and that would give more price appreciation to drip, then by all means do your own research and then jump in if you decide to do so. But always be mindful of everything that's happening and never follow anyone's word, right? When they say, okay, this is it, it's buy now or cry later, and it's now or never, never follow this narrative. Just do whatever you have to do. So again, it all comes back to you. So I wouldn't advise, even now, I just posted a video telling you what Scratchy is about and what it could bring to drip, but by no means take this as financial advice. This is just for entertainment and education, just portraying whatever is happening and how it could potentially affect us. Now, I'm not gonna give any price prediction because I honestly have no idea how this will pan out eventually. Now, of course, I have my own opinion of how it could affect not the price but the whole platform itself, and the price will follow, right? So if the platform keeps on getting more exposed and is being given a very positive feedback, the price action will follow suit. So never mind the price, just look at this as something positive for the long-term improvement of the whole drip ecosystem. And also, one thing I wanted to mention is that a sub to the channel would be terrific, because it really helps us new kids around the block dish out more content and more valuable content for you guys. And as we keep getting more exposure, our value keeps on increasing as well. So that would be amazing. And as always, trade responsibly and take care of your finances. This was Roy with DeFi Ascension. Thanks for watching.